Well, we're back, folks. Boy, we've had quite a weekend, haven't we? This is going to be the final entertainment here on the mall stage. It's been pretty good, hasn't it? Had fun this festival weekend? Well, great. We'll bring it out in grand style. We bring you Celtic Pride for the next hour and a half.
Thank you. Well, here I am from Paddy's Land, a land of fiery now. I broke the hearts of all the girls from Wales from County Town. When they hear that I'm a wall, it is a horrible do. When they hear about the handsome lad, they call it Donahue. I'm the boy to please her, and I'm the boy to tease her. I'm the boy to squeeze her, I'll tell you what I'll do. I court you like an Irishman and a brogan blarney too. As me plum of the running and swilling hunting and walling and bull of Donahue. I wish me love was a red rose come on yon garden wall, and me to be a dewdrop on upon a brown white fall. Perhaps now she might think of me as a rather heavy dew, but no longer have an ocean to the bowl of Donahue. I'm the boy to please her, and I'm the boy to tease her. I'm the boy to squeeze her, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I court you like an Irishman and a brogan blarney too. With me plum of the running and swelling and hunting and walling and bowl of Donahue. They say that Queen Victoria has a daughter fine and grand. Perhaps she'd take it into her head to marry an Irishman. If I could only get the chance to have a word or two, I'm sure she'd take an ocean to the bowl of Donahue. I'm the boy to please her, and I'm the boy to tease her. I'm the boy to squeeze her, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll court you like an Irishman and a brogan blarney too. As me plum of the running and swelling and hunting and walling and bowl of Donahue. I'm the boy to please her, and I'm the boy to tease her. I'm the boy to squeeze her, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll court you like an Irishman and a brogan blarney too. As me plum of the running and swelling and hunting and walling and bowl of Donahue. Relations betrayed by the black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. I thought her the queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. That's your part, okay? I took a stroll down Broadway, meaning not long for to stay. Oh, and here should I meet but this pretty fair maid, come a traipsing along the highway. She was both rare and handsome, her neck was just like a swan, and her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Altogether, her eyes, they shone like diamonds. I thought her the queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. I took a stroll with this pretty fair maid, and a gentleman passing us by. Well, I knew she meant the doing of him by the look in the roguish black eye. A gold watch she took from his pocket, at least it right into my hand. And the very first thing that he said was, "What says to the black velvet band?" Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. I thought her the queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Before the judge and the jury, the next morning I had to appear. And the judge, he said to me, "Young man, your case it is proven clear. We'll give you 7 years penal servitude to be spent far away from the land, far away from your friends and relations, betrayed by the black velvet band." Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. I thought her the queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. So come all you jolly young fellows, a warn and take by me. When you are out on the town, me lad, beware of the pretty Colleen. She'll feed you with strong drink, me lad, till you are unable to stand. And the very first thing that you'll know is you've landed in Van Diemen's land. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. There's a uniform that's hanging in what's known as Father's room, a uniform so simple in style. It has no braid of gold or silk, no hat with feathered plumes, yet Mother has preserved it all the while. One day she made me try it on, a wish of mine for years, in memory of your father, son, she said. And when I put the sambre on, she was smiling with the tears, as she placed the broad black rimmer on my head. It's just a broad black rimmer, its ribbons frayed and torn by the careless whisk of many a mountain breeze. An old trench coat that is battle-stained and worn, and breeches almost threadbare at the knees. A Sam Brown belt with the buckle big and strong, a holster that's been empty many a day. And when men claim Ireland's freedom, the one she chose to lead them with the broad black rimmer of the IRA. It was the uniform been worn by my father years ago, when he reached me mother's homestead on the run. It was the uniform my father wore in that little church below, when old Father Mac, he blessed the pair as one. And after truce and treaty and the parting of the ways, he wore it when he marched out with the rest. And when they bore his body down the rugged head of Braes, they placed the broad black rimmer on his breast. It's just a broad black rimmer, his ribbons frayed and torn by the careless whisk of many a mountain breeze. An old trench coat that is battle-stained and worn, and breeches almost threadbare at the knees. A Sam Brown belt with the buckle big and strong, a holster that's been empty many a day, but not for long. And when men claim Ireland's freedom, the one she used to lead them will wear the broad black rimmer of the IRA. Will wear the broad black rimmer of the IRA.